Yo guys, what's up? It's your boy Umair, aka Mist, and today I'm back with another video. Sorry guys, I did not upload a video yesterday because I was streaming all night till like 3 a.m. And if you already don't, go check out my Twitch. It's twitch.tv/mist_44. Alright, enough promoting myself. Let's get right into story time. So guys, today's story time is a scary one, as you can probably tell by the gameplay in the back. So today we're going to be talking about my scary cottage experience. So this one is actually not too old. It's pretty recent. So in summer of 2021, my family and my cousin's family decided to book a cottage down in the north side of Ontario. Now all my Canadian people know that the cottage time is hella fun. But this cottage was located at a pretty weird spot. So our cottage was down a country road and you turn into like this dirt path which led towards our cottage, which was half a mile down this dirt path. Now at first we didn't think much of it because that's how cottages are. They're touching a lake and wherever the lake is where the cottage is. So me and my parents are in one car and my siblings are in the other car. And my cousin's family is in their car. So there are three cars going down this dirt path that is surrounded by trees. Now, a couple of minutes later, we reach our cottage, and I'm not gonna lie, it was beautiful. The sun was shining down on the lake because we arrived pretty late and the sun was going down. But we were fine because we booked it for 3 nights. So we arrive, we get out, and I take a look around, and the cottage is beautiful. It had like a walkout basement which led straight to the backyard with the lake right in front of you. I'll insert a picture here so you guys have a better idea. So basically, the day we arrived, we got all of the stuff out from our cars. The inside of the cottage was beautiful. The upstairs was not the best, but the basement was where it was at. The basement had all sorts of board games. It had a pool table, it had an air hockey table, it had like a big ass TV to watch movies. And there was a room behind the pool table with three beds inside. And so me and my cousins are chilling. We are happy as fuck that we get to chill down here. It's a fun hangout spot. It has all the games that we want. It has a big TV. I even bought my PlayStation, so if you want to play video games. And our room is right there, so we are gassed. So for the most part of that night, nothing weird happened. We kind of just chilled in the basement, played pool, air hockey, and stuff, and basically just had fun. Now the crazy stuff happens later on that night. So at around 2:20ish a.m. in the night, me and my cousins are chilling, watching a movie in the basement, basically about to pass out. And suddenly we hear a knock on the basement door. Now, like I said, the basement was a walkout basement, so it had a door that led to the backyard and towards the lake. Now, me and my cousins are kind of just looking around and looking at each other, confused because we don't know who's at the door. But we didn't think much of it because we thought it would be one of our older cousins that was just like outside smoking a cigarette or something. So we go near the door and we look through the peephole to make sure who it is before we open the door. And there's no one standing outside. Like literally, it's pitch black. All you can see is the porch because of the dim nightlight. And I'm like, that's weird. And as I said that, my cousin said, yo, it could have been the movie. So just lock the doors and let's continue watching. And I was like, okay. So I make sure all the doors are locked and I go back to watching the movie. After like 30 minutes, we hear another knock. But this time it's not coming from the basement door. It's from the main door upstairs. And I'm like, who the fuck is knocking at our door at 3 a.m.? And I hear footsteps upstairs, so I was like, oh, okay, someone is going to check who it is because there were a room upstairs and my family was sleeping upstairs. So after that happens, we finish our movie and we pass out. And nothing happened for the rest of that night. At least I don't think so. The next morning, we wake up and I go upstairs to the smell of breakfast, and my mom and my aunt are making breakfast. And the first thing I ask is, did you guys hear a knock on the door at like 3 a.m. last night? And they say, no, we didn't. We were asleep. Why? And I was like, "Oh, it's nothing. I just heard a knock on the main door last night and I heard someone walking up to the door." So I was like asking if it was one of you guys. And my mom said, "No, it might have been your brother though, so you might want to ask him." So I go up to my brother and I'm like, "Yo, someone knocked on the main door last night. Did you open it?" And he says, "Yeah, I looked through the peephole, but no one was there." And I was like, "That's pretty weird because we heard a knock on the basement door and we saw through the peephole and nobody was there." And he says, "That's creepy. Someone was probably playing a prank though." I said, "Yeah, probably." But again, like I said, our cottage was like a mile away from the main road. So who would have been playing a prank on us? But anyways, I go about my day after that and play some pool with my cousins. That same day, we went to the nearest town actually and got some groceries and food to eat. But here's where the story gets 10 times crazier, guys. So that night, all of us were playing pool downstairs, listening to music, vibing, and someone again knocks on the basement door. And this time, we were not watching no movie. It was a for real knock. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I go up to the people. I look through it there, and there's a man standing in front of the door with a black hoodie facing the lake. And I instantly get away from the door, and I'm in full shock. So my cousins are like, what, Umair, what happened? What did you see? And before I even explained to them, I went upstairs and get my older brother and cousins and siblings and say, guys, there's someone outside the basement door wearing a black hoodie just facing the lake. He knocked at the door and I looked to the peephole. And they instantly get up and run downstairs. My brother looks through the peephole and that man is still standing there. But I think he was holding some sort of weapon in his hand. So my brother said, hand me the pool stick. Now he really thought a fucking pool stick would save him. But anyways, my brother yells through the door. He says, "Who are you? What are you doing at our property?" He does not respond. Then my brother says, "Sir, you're trespassing right now. If you don't leave, I will call the cops." And the man turns around, and the sight I see was pretty horrifying. I'm not gonna lie. The guy was wearing a mask, like one of those like hacker masks, and it was the creepiest shit I've ever seen in my life. So my brother yells again. He's like, "Get the fuck away from the door before I call the cops." And the guy slowly steps away from the door into darkness. And at this point, all of us are freaking out. Me and my cousins are looking at each other scared. My older cousins are standing at both sides of the door just in case he barges in and tries harming us. So my brother says, "Call 911 right now and tell them there's a trespasser on site." And so I do, and they asked me for my name, they asked me for my address, and since the cottage was like 20 minutes away from town, the cops arrive in 20 to 25 minutes, and they search around the house while one of the cops is talking to my brother. And my brother explains the full story to the cops, and the cops say, "No problem, sir. We will make sure the trespasser leaves, and you should contact the owner of the cottage and inform him about this." And so my brother contacts the owner, and apparently it turns out this is not the first time there has been an incident like this. And so my brother got super pissed at the owner and said, "I have a family in this cottage. Why the hell would you not tell me this something like this beforehand?" And yeah, that whole night was just crazy. Luckily, my family was sleeping and they didn't wake up to all this, and it was only my brother and my cousins that were dealing with this. And the next morning, we told our parents what happened, and they were in complete shock. And well, we left that cottage and we booked a new one that same day and went there. We contacted Airbnb and we let them know what happened. Turns out the guy had his account banned from Airbnb, which was good. But I still to this day wonder why that guy was there. Like I wonder what his intentions were. He was probably planning to murder us all and use us as a food source for like a couple of decades. But yeah, anyways, guys, that is it for this story time. If you guys liked it, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.